I was contacted na Chicharon ni Mang Juan. They wanted to shoot commercials based on my funny YouTube videos. So I came here, I shot commercials, and I got a contract with GMA. I found it harder to get work, and then eventually I just had no money. So I was poor for a long time.
How long?
4 years. And then I moved to become a cargador for like a year or two. Yeah, lifting big boxes at 4 a.m. in the morning into restaurants. I knew, I'm like, I'm not done. Like my skills and talents still have a lot to offer. I love that you're helping people in the world of finance and wealth consciousness, because it's not something we learn in school. And poverty consciousness, I find, gets passed down from friends, from family even. And you know, you breaking that cycle in the lives of so many people is such an important mission in this world.
Gusto mo bang kumita sa pamamagitan ng iyong YouTube channel or if other social media channel? Sa araw na ito, pag-uusapan natin kung paano kayo yumaman sa pamamagitan ng mga YouTube channel. Kung kayo interesado, you got to finish this video. Hi there, this is Chinkee Tan, your Pambansang wealth coach. Isang malaking karangalan na makasama po natin ang isang kilala at tanyag at talagang sasabihin ko na idolo pagdating po sa content creation. Sobra po ang talent niya. Magaling siya magpatawa, kumanta, at gifted talaga siya sa storytelling. At siya ay kilala talaga hindi lang po sa Pilipinas, even sa abroad. Kaya wag na natin patagalin, isang Filipino-Canadian na pinagmamalaki po natin mga Pilipino, walang iba kundi si Mr. Mikey Bustos. Palakpakan, come on!
Hello! Yes, hi Chinkee!
Hi,
Thank you for
Mikey.
coming and having me on sa show niyo.
Grabe, alam mo, ito lang, pardon me for saying this. Bata pa ako, napapanood na kita. No, kidding aside. No, kidding aside. No, I've been following your journey. That's the reason why I'm really so proud of what you have already achieved ever since you were starting to do some parody. That's where I started to follow you.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a long journey. Medyo mahirap minsan. Pero it's fun and rewarding.
Sige, umpisa na natin. Tell us more about siguro yung background mo, how you really started. Were you born in the Philippines or in Canada?
So I was born sa Canada, Toronto, Canada. Both my parents are Pinoy, and they met sa Canada, and I was born there. Grew up in Canada, really. So most of yung kaibigan ko were Canadians. And then it wasn't until 2011 when I went viral sa YouTube that I migrated here na. Little bit confused.
Yo, anong ginawa mo noong 2011? Ano yung video? At saka, paano ka nag-umpisa mag-video?
Yeah, so in Canada, I was a finalist sa Canadian Idol. So as a singer.
What year?
2003.
2003.
2003, long time ago now.
Oh, okay.
And then I wanted to promote my music. And at the time, you know, there was Justin Bieber, Charisse Pempenko, Arnel Pineda. They were being discovered sa YouTube. So I'm like, hey, why don't I try to do it too? So I did a YouTube channel for my singing. And then I just did a comedy skit one day. And then that went viral. So I kept doing more of that, promoting Filipino culture. Because the comedy skit was called Filipino Accent Tutorial. So how to speak English with Pinoy accent. And yeah, that went viral. So
Sige.
I kept doing more.
So since sinabi mo na you're doing, yun nga, yung parang Filipino accent na Canadian, pwede ba mag-sample ng isa? Sample.
Hey there, Spy there. Mikey Bustos here, your Pinoy boy. Thank you for watching Chinkee Tan's YouTube channel. Ganon.
Grabe ka talaga.
Yeah,
Did you do stand-up? Nag-stand-up ka ba before?
No, I just kind of learned it because of this viral YouTube video. And I'm like, people find me funny. Okay, so I did more of that. And then I was contacted na by commercial brand dito sa Pilipinas, Chicharon ni Mang Juan. They wanted to shoot commercials based on my funny YouTube videos. So I came here, I shot commercials, and I got a contract with GMA. So I ended up staying.
2011.
2011, 2012, I made the transition na dito sa Pilipinas.
So ever since 2011 and 12, nandito ka na?
Yes.
Ha?
Yeah, but I go back home every now and then just to like visit. Pero I've been working ever since 2011, 2012
Hindi,
dito.
ang akala namin, siguro, akala namin nasa Canada ka pa, tapos nag-shoot ka lang.
Yeah, no, I've been staying here for so long. I had regular TV shows then sa GMA and commercials then. It never stopped the work. So I ended up staying. And then I also did Magic 89.9 radio for a couple years. So
Nag-DJ ka rin?
Yes. Yeah. Morning show. 89.9 with Mo Twister and Sam O. So I did that too. And then I just shot more YouTube videos here. And I ended up staying.
Sige, bago tayo pumunta sa YouTube channel at sa kanyang journey mo, no? I would like to go, yun nga, deep dive in terms of your family.
Yes.
Oo. Yung parents mo ba, OFW ba sila when they, or talaga nag-migrate?
No, they really migrated. And they all slowly, like the siblings came slowly. And my mom works at a hospital, at the emergency ward. She's a work clerk there, admin. And my dad is a aircraft mechanic. Yeah, in Toronto. And yeah, they speak Tagalog at home. Not to us, not to me and my brother, to each other.
So, ilan kayo magkakapatid?
Isang kapatid.
Isa lang.
One brother, yeah,
So
younger.
So it's a good thing marunong ka pa rin makaintindi ng Tagalog.
Ngayon, pero when I first migrated here, no. I had to learn everything. And it was so hard having to act in a language I'd never spoken before.
Yeah.
It was one of the hardest things I ever had to learn.
So your native language is definitely
English.
English, yeah. During the time when you were growing up, meron bang mga challenges ka bang na-experience?
Yeah, for sure. First of all, growing up in a culture that, you know, your friends and idols are not Pinoy.
Yeah.
You know, I always felt different. In my school, I was maybe one of 3 Filipinos,
Okay.
including my brother. So I had a little bit of an identity crisis growing up. And then when I was older, I quit school. I stopped university. My mom wanted me to be a veterinarian, animal doctor, because I love animals. But I realized in first year that I wanted to be an entertainer. So I stopped.
Kailan yun?
That was 2001. And my mom was so mad. And my family, they felt like I was the black sheep for the longest time. And I said, no guys, I don't know how to explain it. I want to entertain people. I don't want to go to school. They're like, it's okay, just make it a hobby lang. And you know, it's very hard to make it in the business. You need connections and you need money and you need talent. I'm like, excuse me, I got talent.
Siguro, buti hindi sinabi na dinugtungan, you also need the looks.
Yeah, they never said that, but I learned that later on. But yeah, no, it was really hard proving myself. And then Canadian Idol happened. My parents slowly started to come around. But yeah, and then after Canadian Idol, I thought I was made na. Like the career was set, I was with new management, and I was like, okay, I don't have to worry anymore. But actually, after leaving a reality show like that, it's hard to keep it going. So I found it harder to get work, and then eventually I just had no money, I couldn't book shows. So I was poor for a long time.
How long?
I would say I was poor since Idol. So maybe 4 years
4 years. So,
after the show.
So ang ibig sabihin niyan, are you still staying with your parents or
I did live with my parents and then I moved out. Eventually I just had to move. I left. I moved to Montreal, Canada, and started a new life there. I did a couple jobs. So one was a job for an online jeweler, so working in an office. And then I moved to become a Kargador for like a year or 2. Yeah. It was a fun job.
No, ang ibig sabihin, yung after the Canadian Idol.
This is after Canadian Idol. So imagine going from nationwide stardom to like slowly realizing, you know what? Maybe that was the peak of my career now. So I need to go back to work. And so I did. And it was really hard to accept that maybe my dream was over. But you know, while I was doing these other jobs, lifting big boxes at 4 a.m. in the morning into restaurants, I knew, I'm like, I'm not done. Like my skills and talents still have a lot to offer.
Yeah. Pero during that time, ito yung reality, no? Guys,
super hirap.
Yung reality bites na yung sinabi ng parents mo, di ba? No, it's so hard to penetrate, di ba? It's so hard to, nagre-replay ba sa mind mo yan during the time?
Yes, syempre. Oh yeah, I'm like, looks like my family was right.
Okay.
After all, you know? Pero I think it's part of my personality to be a little bit tigas ang ulo and to just not really give up. And I think pushing through
Yeah,
really helped.
I can see the determination in you, diba? Yung once you set your mind on something, you will never stop until such time.
Never stop.
Yeah.
It almost doesn't make sense. Like it defies common sense to keep going sometimes. Pero I tell people, if you feel something in your heart that you're made to do something, you just need to stick with it.
Kung ikaw may pangarap ka sa buhay, na may gusto kang makamit sa buhay at maraming taong hindi naniniwala sa pangarap mo, paglaban mo, katulad ng ginawa ni Mikey. And then not only that, minsan nga, 4 na taon, imagine mo, 4 na taon na nasa ilalim siya during that time, hirap na hirap siya. Pero yun, pinaglaban pa niya. Kaya nga kung ikaw ay nakaka-relate sa story ni Mikey, type relate right now sa comment section. Going back, yung 4 years, yun talagang before you had a breakthrough. Since I'm a financial guy.
Yes.
Tell us more, yung talagang details about your finances. Kung gaano kalala, how bad was it?
Oh man. So by the end of those 4 years, like when I was just starting to work again, I was in negative debt. I don't know if here in the Philippines, do they have overdraft?
Meron. Yung kasi, ang ibig sabihin ng overdraft, di ba, you max out your credit card already, and then, nangutang ka pa ulit.
There's even more utang. So I was negative in utang, a few thousands, but there was no way I couldn't think of a way to really pay. And I was going to the bar all the time. I enjoyed going to karaoke just to sing, because I needed to sing. That was my main thing. Even if it's just at a karaoke where everyone is listening and it's dark. So that was my escape. That's what I did. So I spent most of my money at the bar. So and then the breakthrough for me was when someone showed me the secret, law of attraction. I'm sure you've heard of the law of attraction. Someone pointed me towards that, and that got me into the world of like the power of the mind to shape reality. And then it led me into the world of like wealth consciousness. So I started reading books like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Yeah, that's a good book.
Books like that. Abraham Hicks, The Law of Attraction, Louise L. Hay and her teachings. So I went into like that kind of stuff, and that's when things turned around. I moved back to Toronto, back to my parents' place, and I started my YouTube channels. I started an ant channel, just keeping ants because I love insects. So I started that, and then I started that music channel.
So the first channel you created was the Ant Channel.
The Ant Channel and music channel around the same time, but Ant Channel first.
Yeah. Anong goal mo doon? To entertain lang, pero hindi naman kumita talaga.
Yeah, so I just, back then, having a career on YouTube was not really a thing. I just did it because I loved ants. I wanted to show people my ant colonies. And then eventually it became a business. People asked me, how do you make those ant farms? I'm like, hey, I can make them for you. So when I saw there was interest, I started a website and I started making ant farms in my parents' basement using cement. It was very dirty.
Okay.
And I would ship it, and I'll never forget the first moment we opened. I say we, but it was just me that I opened. It was a sale from Thailand for around $200. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I just got $200. So I would buy all the materials at the dollar store, make the ant farms, and ship it. And my parents saw more and more orders because the boxes, I would prepare them in the basement, and they saw the boxes get more and more and more. And that eventually helped me pay for my bills a little bit, pay for more bar, but also pay for the bills konti. And then
in other words, you are earning money based on selling the ant farm.
Yes.
But you're not earning money based on monetization, right?
No, not on monetization.
Kasi wala pang monetization yata noon.
It was very hard to monetize back then. You could only, if YouTube contacts you, that's the only time you can monetize.
Kaya nga, technically, walang monetization during that time.
Yeah, there was, but it was very like the pioneer days of it.
Yeah, because it wasn't open for all.
Yes, it was not open for all. And it was very konti.
Yeah.
Like advertisers weren't really advertising that much.
So guys, ito lang ang pakinggan nyo mabuti. Uulitin ko, kung meron kang gusto sa buhay, may passion ka, meron kang alam, you can turn your passion into your profession. And your profession become your vocation, and your vocation become your monetization. Yan ang ginawa actually ni Mikey talaga, no? So, nagbenta-benta ka ng mga ant farm, okay? So, doon ka unang kumita.
Yes.
So, guys, pwede nyo gawin yan kung ano yung alam nyo. Showcase, di ba? And the best part, you were selling, di ba? Kasi you were just showcasing and presenting. Right?
Yeah. And then it just somehow, I'm like, oh, I can make this a business. Maybe I could pay for more alcohol at the bar, more karaoke. And it really worked. And eventually I slowly climbed out of debt. Slowly, konti. And then after starting the next channel, the music channel, which became a comedy channel, I got my first endorsement from Samsung.
Canada?
No, Philippines. And so I started working, and this was back in the days when brands were not working really with YouTubers.
Of course.
So it was very new for both the client and for me. And when I got payment for that, I was finally out of debt. Finally, after how many years of being out of debt?
So when you got the payment,
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I want to go to the bar, but I had to also work on my behaviors that were draining money. So at the same time, I was also working on myself. So less bar, more work, and more saving, so that I wouldn't be in debt again. Because I hated being in debt. It sucks being broke, guys. People are always inviting you out to, vacation or restaurant even, and it's birthdays and Christmas, and you have to buy gifts. I'm medyo nahiya because I don't have money. I have to make excuses, like I can't come, sorry, because blah, 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 but really it's because I don't have money.
how much?
I hated that.
Yeah. How much yung ginagasto mo sa isang visit sa bar per night?
Gosh, I usually $100 or less.
That's
Around there.
100 Canadian dollars.
Canadian dollars.
That's conversion of how much, more or less?
Isn't that like 4,000 pesos?
4,000 pesos.
5,000 pesos.
Okay, at
ganun?
5,000 pesos. How often do you do that in a
Oh
week?
man, usually I used to do it maybe 3 or 4 times a week.
Okay, so around 15 to 20,000 a week. Guys, times 4 weeks, that's 60 to 80,000 in a month. Okay, times 12 months, that's 720 to almost 1 million a year.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Grabe talaga, magkakautang
I spent a lot.
Magkakautang ka talaga.
Yeah, and I also borrowed from my parents. I'd be so shy. I'd hate to do this, but it was for the love of karaoke. I'm like, Daddy, can I borrow money, please? And I'd like, Daddy, please, can I have $20? Actually, can I have $50? And he'd be like, okay, and he would give me.
Pero doon ka pupunta?
Huh?
Doon ka pupunta sa karaoke?
And I would go to the karaoke, yeah, and spend it.
So, guys,
I would take the bus to go
Yeah.
downtown just to sing and drink.
oy guys, kung sino sa inyo nakaka-relate, nakaka-relate kay Mikey, na yun nga, may hilig ka, okay lang na pero kung malulubog ka talaga sa utang, without you knowing, it becomes a cycle.
compiles.
Yeah, it becomes a cycle, di ba?
That's right. It was such a cycle, and it was very hard to break. But eventually, work gave me more purpose, and I wasn't bored anymore. So, I was always working, and that became my new habit. Working, and saving.
Pwede mo bang sabihin, can you safely say that the reason why you were there, it's not because you want to be there, but because you're afraid?
You mean like going to the bar all the time?
Yeah, because you have...
Well, yes, because it was my escape.
Exactly. You have the fear of facing the reality and the way that
Yeah.
it's your defense mechanism.
I'm sure that's what was happening on a subconscious level.
Yeah.
And singing has always been an escape for me. Growing up, I had some family issues, and to get away, I would sing. And then into adulthood, it would be singing and drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was really a way to get away and to just hold on to that dream.
Yeah.
It just seems so hopeless by then. I'm 28 at this age. I'm not married. I don't have a degree, right? And Canadian Idol had happened, but I had nothing really to show for it. No music career, but I had karaoke and I could sing. That was my only joy in life, to be able to sing for an audience. Kahit lasing sila, I was happy singing.
Guys, kung relate kayo sa story ni Mikey na pinagdadaanan niya. Nakikita natin ngayon, okay, established na sikat siya. But most of us do not know this backstory. You can tell the story right now, but the pain during that moment and the hopelessness,
Yes.
that was real.
It was so real, so hopeless. I was okay if that was my lifestyle for the rest of my life. I had already accepted. I'm just gonna be poor forever, and I'm just gonna keep holding on to this dream. Maybe someone will discover me at the karaoke bar. Like that, it was almost delusional. But I didn't want to give up. That's the thing. And just somehow I crawled out of the hole.
So guys, kung relate kayo sa story ni Mikey right now, alam mo, hindi ka nag-iisa. I'm teaching a method. It's called the bawas dagdag method.
Oh.
When you say bawas, you cut and you add, which
Yes.
you basically did. And the way you got out of debt during that time is you cut down your karaoke,
Yeah.
right, during that time.
Yes.
And then you added income,
I
diba?
added income.
Oh, that's the reason why when the Samsung thing came in, diba, it paid for everything already.
It did.
Yeah.
But it took a lot to get to that point
Yeah.
where the advertisers were going to contact me now. But yeah, the behavior changed.
Kasi sa totoo lang, no, even if you made a lot of money, but if your lifestyle continue to be that way, that's amazing. I cannot really imagine. You're spending around 700,000 to a million
I don't even know where that money came from.
Exactly.
I found a way to make the money.
Exactly.
And if only I saved it, like, you know?
No, if you were conscious during that time, di ba? Parang, okay, I probably can go to the bar probably once or twice in a week, but not 4 times or 3 times. So right now, let's move on. Okay, so ngayon, na-discover ka na, you have a comedy channel right now. What happened next? Okay.
So I signed with a TV network dito sa Pilipinas, and I had shows and got more commercials. So I moved here. Manila became my Hollywood. And you know, I'd been dreaming of coming here to do an entertainment career for a long time. In fact, after Canadian Idol, I tried to come here 3 times, pero I did not get any contract. It wasn't until YouTube that I was able to come here and stay. So yeah, I just stayed here, worked on my comedy channel,
How much money in the pocket when you came here?
It wasn't a lot, but it was enough to, I had maybe like, from what I remember, it must have been mga 100,000 pesos. Saved up, saved.
Pang-rent and everything.
Yes. I ended up renting. Well, first I stayed at a bed spacer. And that was interesting.
Bakit?
Kasi I got to live with so many like Filipinos, and they taught me the ropes. They taught me everything I know. So we would sit in room M, and they would play guitar, and we would take tagay and pass on one shot, and they're singing Tagalog songs, and I'm like, wow, this is so cool. And everything was so fascinating to me because it was so different.
Yeah, the culture.
Yeah, every day was a new adventure. Akala ko, coming to Philippines, I grew up Pinoy, my parents are Pinoy, I know Pinoy culture, pero no. Everything was just very different. And then, on top of that, having to act in Tagalog, the hardest thing ever. And to learn the humor, because I was part of Bubble Gang. Yeah, so that was one of my regular shows, and I'm having to act, and I don't understand the jokes, pero I'm trying to fake it, like, alien, and I'm like, what does that mean? Alien, you know. And it was such a learning experience, but I was able to learn from the greats, Michael V, Ogie Alcacid.
Galing.
It was great. And then I was able to sing, I was able to sing for Party Pilipinas a lot. So I was with Chris Lawrence, JR often, and it was just really a dream come true. Every day was just something fun. It was really my dream. And yeah, I was making a little bit. I mean, you know, it wasn't a lot yet, but I was just happy being able to make ends meet and not be in debt anymore. And have purpose, you know?
Yeah, importante yun.
Do work that I love.
Totoo yun. Yung alam mo, the most important thing I always tell people, that there are 2 miracles that can happen in our lives. First day, the day that you were born. Second day, you discovered and found your purpose and calling in life.
Yes, that's right.
And you knew right from the start, you were called and born to become an entertainer.
I just somehow knew that's what I wanted the most.
Grabe.
Yeah,
So
strange.
So nung kumikita ka na, nag-iipon ka ba?
Ipon?
Yeah, do you save money?
I did. Kasi now that I had read over all the years on literature, on learning money and how to budget, I had already learned. I had studied from the time that, you know, I learned law of attraction, 2007, to the time I'm in Pilipinas na, 2011-12. I had already learned to save. So I had this little filing thing.
Yeah.
With sections.
Yeah.
So I had a section just for saving. So
Galing.
40-50% in that saving. Even if it's just a little bit, like 2,000 pesos, part of my paycheck went to that. Then I had a little section for food, little section for rent. Eventually I started paying rent at a little apartment, and also a part for donations, and then a section for like mga coupons. So if I would find coupons and stuff, I put it there because that's money too, right?
So, ano yun? Anong taon
So I was
yun?
budgeting.
What?
This was 2012 to mga 2013.
So 2012 to 2013, that was around 11 years ago.
Yeah.
You technically still struggling. You're
Still struggling. But what was different was I was earning my living. It wasn't living off debt na.
Exactly.
That's different.
Yeah, kasi may ano yan stages yan eh. Ang first stage mo, stage of lack.
Yes.
Diba?
Oh, I lived stage of lack for so many years.
And then right now, yung next stage na tinamaan mo is stage of survival.
Yeah.
You're surviving already.
Yes.
Oo.
That's right.
So, what happened to the next? That's kasi we have 2014 2014 ngayon as we are recording this. So, it's 11 years. How in the world did you accomplish all of this?
So TV, usually artistas from abroad, they come here, and if they can't learn Tagalog and they don't click with the masa, work becomes hard. And they end up going back to their country. So I was experiencing that too. So I'm like, okay, maybe I have to go back to Canada because work started to get less and less. And then out of nowhere, radio called me to be a DJ. So I was a radio DJ for Magic 89.9, the morning show. So I'm like, yes, please, I would love to do this. Because at the time, I had already got my condo. I had a condo and I was paying mortgage at that time. It was 2014. My mom helped me put down a down payment, but I didn't have an idea how I'm gonna meet the monthly. I barely did for a few months. And then I did radio, and that helped me keep up with the payments. And then more endorsements started coming in.
Because of your exposure at the radio.
Yes.
But FYI, guys, I'm also a radio person. They don't pay.
They don't pay a lot. It's really the endorsements that come in.
So because of those endorsements.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then so that was a great experience. And then around 2016, my aunt channel, which I had been uploading to regularly just for fun.
2011, nag-umpisa yun. Kailan
I started aunt channel 2009.
2009 to 2016, 7 years.
7 years.
7 years. Okay.
Just uploading for fun still, random videos.
Consistently for 7 years.
Pretty consistent, I would say.
Okay.
And then it went viral. One of my videos was a storytelling video of ants, fire ants, trying to escape the ant farm. And that video went so viral. Let me tell you, I woke up one morning in Tuguegarao. I was at my mom's town. And I saw the video had acquired just overnight almost 1 million views.
One night.
Yeah, and people were commenting, all these comments like, what is this doing on my home feed? All over the world, in different languages. I almost felt like somehow the algorithm picked it up and served it to everyone.
Wow.
And then my subscribers started going up from maybe, I had maybe 50,000, 40,000 subscribers at the time.
Okay.
It went up past 100,000. And then I saw my comedy channel, which was the highest, my main channel, I saw the subs for the Ant channel slowly catch up. And I'm like, there's no way my Ant channel is gonna pass the comedy channel. And now it did. Yeah. And then at that point, now I start to receive
may monetization din.
Monetization.
26. Ay, kailan ba nag-start ang monetization sa
So
YouTube?
it started to become more and more around 2012, 13.
Okay.
Pero significant amount of money for me personally happened with the Ant channel.
2016.
2016. Because my comedy channel, unless it was, because I started doing parodies, which is copyrighted music, so I couldn't monetize that.
Yeah, walang pera dun.
The main business for that was to attract brands and to do branded videos.
Galing.
And TV commercials. But for the Ant channel, that's when I started to experience significant income from views. 2016. So I'm glad I kept uploading to that Ant channel because eventually it led to an even bigger business. I had to expand the store of the Ant channel. Yeah, so it wasn't me making ant farms anymore.
Yeah.
It was, we expanded to a factory in China. And our warehouse now is in Utah. CSR, telemarketing, is here in Philippines.
Yeah.
So it's really, I don't know. I can't even wrap my head around it.
So right now, going back, if we're going to put it on a pie chart in terms of your sources of creation, your income, can you enumerate first probably your sources of income? You have your ant business, okay?
So does that include YouTube too?
Yeah.
So ant business,
And then the YouTube.
Then there's the singing, acting persona character that I do, which is mostly associated with my comedy YouTube channel.
Yeah, the singing, acting, that's different because once you perform, you still get paid, right?
Yes, so that's a second income.
Okay, and then third?
Oh gosh.
Brand deals, right?
Brand deals, but that's
the
kind of
source.
Associated with the second one, but yes, brand deals.
Yes.
Also, I dabble in real estate. So I have
real
a farm.
estate investment, okay.
Yeah, and a few condos in Manila.
Okay.
And also income from selling digital art. So
there's digital art.
No, music. So Spotify and that kind of thing.
Oh, you still earn money there, and then YouTube channel.
Oh, YouTube channels. That counts. Yeah, I guess.
How many YouTube channels are earning?
3.
3. That's 8.
Yeah. And then, so I also do speaking engagements as well every now and then when I have time.
Yeah, that's number 9.
I've lost track. I don't even think about the money really anymore.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? The reason why I'm asking this question, guys,
Yeah.
para
Investments?
Oo.
Investments?
Kaya nga pinapakita ko sa inyo, pag-iisa lang talaga ang source ng income mo. You just imagine.
Yeah.
If you have only one source of income,
It's very risky.
not only risky, you will not achieve what you have achieved in a short amount of time.
Yes, yes.
So again, you were broke around 12 years ago. So when did all of this come into play? Kailan to nag-umpisa na? Nakapag-save ka na, nakapag-invest ka na?
It was so gradual.
Kaya nga.
It was so slow. I mean, when did it happen?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like, just over the years. Obviously, through the second half of my life. So, the moment I moved here, I was already 29, 30. And I'm now 42. So, you know, the past 22 years, it's been just growing, I guess. Yeah, and I think part of the secret too is my main driver has been creating and like making an impact. And then secondary, the money. And I need the money to grow the impact. So most of the money we make gets reinvested into our work. So this house is a content house. I vlog our activities here. I work here and shoot out of the ant room, and I use the studio here. So most of what I spend on now it's investment back into our various businesses, and they will earn in the end.
If there's one thing that would say that drives your economic engine, kung bakit ka nagiging successful ngayon, what do you think is your core na talagang that fuels all of this?
I think my main driver would be wanting to create cool things in this world. Like, I just want to show people cool things that I've made. I was always that kid, that weird kid in the neighborhood who would escape from the neighborhood friends, work on a zoo with all my little bugs in my parents' basement, and then I would invite them all over. Guys, look at what I did. Look, it's the bug zoo. I would call it a bug zoo. And that behavior of creating something and showing the world has continued into my adulthood. And it's just, it permeates everything I do now.
You want to know what is one gift that God has given you that really helps you fulfill your calling and purpose in life?
What?
Creativity.
Maybe.
It's not maybe. You keep on saying that. You know, I go back, I create, because I love to create songs, I love to create parodies. That's the gifting that God has given you.
I never saw it that way. Yeah.
Yes, you are really super creative. God has given you the gift of creativity. Creativity in terms of your art, in terms of your ant farm. It's because of creativity you were able to express all of these.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate that. That's true. That's true. It kind of ties everything in.
Yeah, if it wasn't for creativity, I don't think you will have a parody. If it wasn't for creativity, you won't create an ant farm. If it wasn't for your creativity, you won't have an aviary here.
Yeah, the aviary.
Do you see the common denomination?
Yeah, that's true. You're the first one to ever point that out, and that I realized that that is it, and it really is a gift, and I feel really lucky.
Yeah, you are blessed. You are blessed.
Thank you.
And actually, that's my gifting, to be able to see from an outsider perspective, because I'm a coach. I coach people with their journey in life, finances.
Wow.
If there's anything that you want to expand in the near future, it should be based on
something creative.
Yes.
Yeah.
In any form. As long as it's using your creativity, you'll be successful. Kaya guys, listen, kung ikaw, kailangan malaman mo ikaw na nakikinig at nanonood ngayon, kailangan malaman mo talaga kung ano talaga yung galing na binigay sa iyo ng Diyos. Kung ano yung purpose mo, ano yung calling mo. If there's one thing that God has given me and that really made me successful, is the gift of looks. X.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
God has given me the gift of communication.
Yes. You have a good knack in communicating, for sure.
Yeah, God has given me the gift of taking something that's very complicated and make it very simple for people to understand.
Interesting.
That's the reason why CHIP method, what's search, create, handle, invest.
Yeah, a very easy format that people can take in easier.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have a book called Diary of a Pulube. This book talks about the 22 money mistakes of Filipinos.
Oh, I'm sure I had a lot of those, and I'm sure I still do.
Shopping now, pulubi later.
Uh,
Upgrade now, pulubi later. Travel now, pulubi later. Kape-kape now, pulubi later. So it talks about the 22 money mistakes.
Interesting.
And guess what? How many copies were sold already?
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. So
You know, I love that you're helping people in the world of finance and wealth consciousness, because it's not something we learn in school. And poverty consciousness, I find, gets passed down from friends, from family even. And you know, you breaking that cycle in the lives of so many people is such an important, it's an important mission in this world. It's a good vocation.
Thank
and
you.
I admire what you do, Chinkee.
yeah, right now,
Very important.
I'm really so happy for you, impressed, because again, from nothing to something, it's really such an inspiration. That's the reason why I want you to address probably the people who's watching this right now, na pursuing their dreams, their career. Hanggang ngayon, wala pa rin nangyayari. And then there are a lot of naysayers na nagsabi, ay, walang mangyayari sa buhay mo. You'll stay stuck there forever. Please talk to them.
Yeah, so everything he said, that just reminds me of what people have been telling me for the longest time. You know, a lot of times people really care. They just care for you, and that's why they're giving that advice. But if you have something in your heart that you feel like you love and just can't see yourself doing anything else, just keep at it. You just gotta not give up. That's really the trick. Not giving up, continuing to get better, baby steps, and patience. Like, it's a long process a lot of times. Even in the world of YouTube, for those of you who want to do YouTube, there will be seasons when views go down and you just want to give up, but just keep doing it for years and years, and you'll get there.
Gabi. Ito, last challenge na lang. Isa-challenge natin si Mikey sa Ipon challenge.
Okay, Ipon challenge.
Yeah,
Wow.
I have a deck of cards here.
Ah,
You can choose one card.
okay. This one.
Tingnan natin kung marunong siya magbasa ng Tagalog.
Can I look at it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then read.
Sukli Ipon challenge. So change.
Yeah.
Okay, lahat ng sukli na makukuha mo, diretso dapat sa ipon box. Okay, so
So lahat ng mga sukli, all of your change
Yes.
in your pocket, in your you empty it and you put it in your ipon can or ipon box.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like a piggy bank.
Yeah. Also another thing. So
I like
every
this.
so every day there's a new challenge.
Oh, I like this. And I used to do this. Just ipon, and then you go to the tricycle driver change
Yeah.
station and get all your money. That's what I used to do.
Oo, isa pa.
YouTube video challenge! Kunin ang time duration ng huling video sa YouTube na pinood mo at yun ang amount na ihuhulog mo sa ipon box. I love this game.
Yeah, it is. It's so
good.
So 60 challenges siya, 60 challenges. So again,
This is so good.
yeah, this for you.
Kids should play this already.
Yeah,
like at child level na.
Yeah. Para masaya siya. So it's the ipon, it's not boring.
Yes.
So parang 'di ba it gets tired. I put 20 pesos every day. So right now,
It makes the saving process fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
yan, ipon
cards.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
this
for
is
you.
so great.
And I'll give you also all my books.
Oh, thank you so much.
But I know, tongue twister lang ha. Tongue twister lang to. And ang pangako ko ito si Mikey, hindi siya lumaki sa farm.
Oo. Lumaki sa city.
Oo, lumaki sa...
Sa Toronto.
Ito yung Diary of a Pulubi.
Hey, thank you.
This is how you save naman, Ipon Diary.
Wow.
Budget Diary.
My Ipon Diary. Budget Diary.
Yeah. Utang free.
Oh,
How to become
this is
debt-free.
key. This is so important.
Yeah.
Especially for young people.
Negosyo Diary, how to start your own business.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Yayamanin, that's the chip method. Where chip method.
Right. I love that. Thank you so much,
Thank
Chinkee.
you. Oh, guys.
This is so awesome.
So please don't forget to promote your channel.
Oh yes, guys, be sure to follow me on social media, Mikey Bustos and Ants Canada. And send me a message, say hello, and guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe on this video here on Chinkee Tan's channel.
Guys, kung napanood nyo tong channel na ito at kung ikaw ay isang follower din ni Mikey, please pakitype Mikey in the comment section para malaman ko na ikaw ay isang follower din ni Mikey. Guys, I am really so thankful and I'm so blessed, so inspired. Yun nga, nakikita natin na nagpapataba si Mikey, nakikita natin successful siya, pero hindi natin alam kung ano yung pinagdaanan niya. Kaya nga kung kayo ay nawawalan din ng pag-asa, kung kayo ay nahihirapan sa buhay, ipagpatuloy niyo yung laban niyo sa buhay. Dahil alam kong may isang Diyos na buhay na hindi tayo iwanan at hindi tayo pababayaan. Itong mga pagsubok lang na ginagawa ng Diyos ngayon, or let's say pinapahintulutan na mangyari sa atin, ay dapat pinagdadaanan, hindi dapat tambayan. Kaya huwag kayong mawalan ng pag-asa dahil alam kong one day makakaahon ka rin. Tatandaan, parati ko sinasabi sa channel na ito, tamang karunungan, tamang disiplina po ang susi sa pagyaman.
Would always teach me na, Rico ha, don't spend beyond your means. Kailangan mag-budget ka lagi. Huwag ka gumastos ng mas malaki kaysa sa sweldo mo. You have to invest. You have to make that money grow. You really have to save. Set aside. Huwag mong i-invest. Huwag mong gastusin.
Tama.
Don't invest it in risky portfolios. Hindi ba?
Sometimes it's too painful and costly to make mistakes.
Yes.
When greed sets in, logic goes out.
Walang 2 to 5% interest a month. Imposible. Scam talaga yan.
Kapatid, dahil mo ba magsimula ng sarili mong negosyo pero hindi mo alam kung paano at saan ka magsisimula? Alam mo, marami ang gusto magsimula ng negosyo pero karamihan nahihirapan at natatakot. Natatakot na malugi, natatakot ka baka mag-fail, natatakot na pagtawanan. Pero ito, unang kailangan mo laman talaga kung saan ka magaling. Number 2, dapat ito ay something that you are passionate about. Na ginagawa mo kahit di ka bayaran, yung paano naubos ang oras mo na hindi mo napapansin. Pangatlo, tanungin mo rin kung ano ang hugot mo. Para saan ba ginagawa ito? Ito ba ay para sa pamilya, para sa sarili? So, know your why. Kung alam mo itong tatlo na ito, kung saan ka magaling, that's number 1. Number 2, ano yung gusto mo talagang gawin, yung enjoy ka. At number 3, kung alam mo anong hugot mo, maniwala ka. Makakamit mo na ang pangarap mo. Now, alam mo na yung what and why, alam mo ba yung how? Magsimula. If you do not know how to start, launch, and grow your business, naku, inaaniyahan ko kayo na sumali sa isang special na session na kasama ko po si Boss RDR para malaman nyo pa ang higit na detalye kung paano namin kayo matutulungan. I-click na lang ang link sa ibaba and I will see you there.